The system didn't save Sun Jinwoo, it rewrote him. Behind every level up, every quest, every shadow soldier hides the real villain of solo leveling. And the scariest part is that he never had a choice. At the start of his journey, Sung Jin-woo was mocked as the weakest hunter of all mankind. He could barely survive basic raids, often injured, often humiliated. In a world where hunters were superheroes, he was dead weight. But then, after nearly dying in a double dungeon, everything changes. A glowing screen appears, a system, daily quests, rewards, the promise of growth, a chance to climb out of weakness and finally become someone worth fearing. At first glance, it feels like salvation, but the more you look, the more you realize this isn't a gift, it's a trap. The system presents itself like a game. Daily quests, status screens, a log of skills and attributes. But every mechanic is designed with a sinister edge. Daily quests look harmless, push-ups, squats, runs. But failure triggers something called a penalty quest. And these aren't minor setbacks, they're life and death traps, designed to force compliance. If you don't do the work, you're gonna get thrown into a hell dimension until you learn obedience. Now that isn't training, that's psychological torture. And it doesn't stop there. Hidden quests push Jinwoo into battles he's not ready for. Missions escalate whether he consents or not. And then there's the leveling system itself. It rewards grinding, violence, and endless combat. It conditions Jinwoo to seek out bloodshed, because that's how he gets stronger. On the surface, it looks like empowerment, but under the hood, it's behavioral programming. The terrifying genius of the system is how it disguises control as freedom. Jinwoo thinks he's in charge. He decides which dungeon he's gonna raid, which shadows he's gonna summon, which stats he's gonna upgrade. But the truth is, the system is direct in every step. The carrot is power, the stick is death. The more he levels, the less he can stop. And slowly, the cost is beginning to show. Jinwoo no longer fights just to protect others. He fights because he has to, because the system rewards it. He becomes addicted to the progression, addicted to XP, addicted to the grind. And then there are shadows. Each fallen foe is resurrected as his servant, an army that obeys without question. At first, it feels like loyalty, but soon they replace real human connection. Shadows don't argue, they don't joke, they don't love. The more shadows he commands, the lonelier that Jinwoo becomes. This is the true horror of the system. It doesn't just shape Jinwoo's body, it rewires his mind. Every day his humanity slips further and further. The boy who once feared dungeons now craves them. The hunter who once wanted money to support his family now grinds for stats. And his isolation deepens. Normal people can't understand him anymore. Fellow hunters fear him. His shadows, they obey him, but they can't even connect with him. It's like the system has carved out a moat between Jinwoo and the rest of humanity. He's surrounded by soldiers, yet completely alone. That loneliness is what makes him dangerous, because the only entity he truly relies on is the system itself. And here's the cruel twist. The system was never about helping Jinwoo. From the very beginning, it was about creating the next Shadow Monarch. Every quest, every level, every Shadow Soldier was a step toward one outcome: replacing a fragile human with a perfect weapon. Think about it. The system doesn't celebrate Jinwoo's victories. It doesn't comfort him in his losses. It simply rewards violence and punishes disobedience. That is not a teacher. That's a captor. The system is the invisible antagonist of solo leveling. Unlike villains, you can punch or kill. The system is intangible. It's a code. It rules. It's inevitable. Jinwoo can defeat monsters, monarchs, even gods, but he can't defeat the system, because the system is inside him. In anime, power always comes with a cost. Goku sacrifices peace for battle. Naruto sacrifices youth for responsibility. Eren sacrifices morality for freedom. But Jinwoo, his cost is far darker. He doesn't just sacrifice relationships or ideals. His sacrifice is his own humanity. The irony is brutal. In a world obsessed with strength, Jinwoo becomes the strongest, but he also becomes the least free. His choices were illusions. His destiny was coded before he even began. That's what the system is. It's the true villain. It proves that sometimes the scariest prison isn't the walls or the chains, it's the illusion of freedom. Yes, the world calls Son Jinwoo a savior, but the boy who once wanted a normal life, who laughed with friends, who cared about his family, that boy is gone. The system gave him everything, but in return, it took him. So I'll leave you with this question. Was the system Jinwoo's greatest blessing, or was it his cruelest curse? Let me know down in the comments. And if you like anything you've had to hear, please like the video and subscribe to the channel, as I'll be releasing a lot more videos like this and more on your favorite anime. Peace out.